you right now? I know that there is a lot going on around us because of the COVID-19 and the lockdown or the extended enhanced community quarantine. Are you experiencing complex problem right now because of the thing that is happening around us? Do you have difficulty solving those problems? I believe some are having difficulty with their studies because of the online classes, while others have difficulty finding income for their family because of the lockdown. Maybe you're thinking, why am I asking you those questions? I'm asking you those questions because today my topic is about how to solve a complex problem during the enhanced community quarantine. Problems are an important part of our life. It gives us experiences. It makes us learn. It makes us to become wiser and stronger. Problems teaches us to find solutions. Everybody can benefit from having a good problem-solving skills. As we all know, we all experience problems on our daily basis. Some are severe or complex than the others. It would be very wonderful if we could solve our problems without difficulty, but it's not always the case. According to the study conducted 2 years ago that entitled "The Role of Planning in Complex Problem Solving," the ability to solve a complex problem is the essential competence in both education and everyday life, and it is required for active participation in today's society. Problem solving is also regarded as one of the fundamental goals of education. According to Mayer and Whitrock, a problem occurs when someone wants to achieve a goal and no obvious solution is available. This broad definition refers to many academic and real-world tasks in the field of problem solving. To be effective at problem solving, we should have the following skills. First is creativity. More complex problems that you have not experienced before will more likely require a systematic and logical approach. And for this, you have to use your creative thinking. Second, researching skills. Defining and solving a problem often requires you to do some research. You have to know what the problem is all about and how to deal with it. Third is teamworking. Most problems are best defined and solved with the input of other people. The more ideas gathered together, the best solution will possibly come out. Fourth is emotional intelligence. It is worth considering the impact of the problem and its solution has on you and on other people. Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize your emotions and the emotion of other people. It will also help you in creating or in choosing an appropriate solution. Fifth is risk management. Solving a problem involves a certain amount of risk, and this risk needs to be weighed up against not solving the problem. And lastly, sixth is decision making. Problem solving and decision making are closely related skills, and making a decision is an important part of the problem solving process, as you will often be faced with various options and alternatives. Now that we have identified the following skills needed to be effective at problem solving, let's proceed to the problem solving cycle. First is identifying the problem. Identifying the problem seems like the obvious first step, but it's not exactly as simple as it sounds. Many people consider the wrong source of a problem, while others don't want to admit that there is a problem. Next is defining and understanding the problem. It is vital to define the problem once it has been identified. Only by defining the problem, further steps can be taken to solve it. You should also put into consideration the different perspectives to understand any problem. Third is formulating a strategy. Deciding a strategy is the next step to finding a solution. Each different situation requires formulating different solutions, and it also depends on the individual's unique preferences. Next is organizing information. Organizing available information is another crucial step on the process. You should consider what do you not know about the problem and what you do know about the problem. The accuracy of the solution of the problem will depend on the amount of the available information. Next is allocating resources. Time, money, and other resources aren't unlimited. Deciding how high the priority to solve your problem will determine the resources you'll be using to solve it. If the problem is important, you can allocate more resources to it. If the problem is not important, it is not worth the time and money. The sixth step is monitor your progress. You need to document your progress as you are finding the solution. Don't rely on your memory no matter how good your memory is. Effective problem solvers have been known to monitor their progress regularly, and if they are not making such progress, they will try to reevaluate their approach and look for new strategies. And lastly, evaluation. You need to evaluate the solution to know if it is the best possible solution to the problem. The evaluation may take immediately or might take a while. Now that we know the skills and the problem-solving cycle, let's put it in a scenario. Let's look at the jeepney drivers. Because of the lockdown and the no transportation allowed unless you're a frontliner, they don't have income. They identified their problem, they define it and understand it. They form a strategy to solve it. They gather their ideas and they use their creative thinking. Now, they organize the information that they gather and they allocate time and effort through it. And when they see that they are progressing, they evaluate it. And if they found out that it is the best solution for them to somehow compensate for their loss, they proceed to it. And now, look at that. Some of the jeepney drivers are now delivering goods to the front of the people who bought the goods to the market vendor. It is wonderful to know that even the jeepney drivers can solve a complex problem. And I know that all of us can solve it, even you, the one who is watching this video. Before I end my topic, I would like to share to you the different quotes that inspires me on how to solve a very complex problem. First is by Albert Einstein. We cannot solve our problems with the same level of thinking that created them. According to Sri Chinmoy, do not blame the world, find the solution. According to Abraham Maslow, if your only tool is a hammer, then every problem looks like a nail. According to Betty Williams, there's no use talking about the problem unless you talk about the solution. According to Duke Ellington, a problem is a chance for you to do your best. According to Jim Rohn, focus on the solution, not on the problem. According to Travis Kalanick, every problem has a solution. You just have to be creative enough to find it. Next is Tina Fey. Whatever the problem, be part of the solution. Don't just sit around raising questions and pointing out obstacles. Second to the last is by Richard Dawkins. The solution often turns out more beautiful than the puzzle. And lastly, by Albert Einstein, when the solution is simple, God is answering. As I end this video, I would like to share a Bible verse found in Philippians 4 verse 6. Do not be anxious about anything, But in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. Whatever the circumstances we are facing right now because of the COVID-19 and the lockdown or enhanced community quarantine, how big or small or severe or complex the problems we are facing, we should never lose hope. We should surrender it all to God and ask God for help. Our God is greater than our problem. He is just and He is willing to help us to solve it. So we should come unto Him and we should not be anxious. We should not let fear overwhelm us because of the things that is happening around us. We should trust in the Lord and always pray, and pray. Always remember to wash your hands properly. Be safe and be updated. May God bless us all.